Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crafty Beer Reviews. Today, I'll be reviewing Bell's 30th Anniversary Ale. This is an Imperial Stout, and at time of recording, this is just a little over a month old, so still pretty fresh. Here in Ohio, this was actually a seriously limited beer. My store got one case, a lot of other stores got one case, so it was a little bit more difficult than I was expecting to find, which is kind of surprising. But they're using Polaris hops in this one, and they have also noted that this is a nod to their Expedition Stout. So, pretty cool stuff. Been looking forward to trying this one out. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the aroma. Oh wow, up front I'm getting a lot of dark chocolate flavors. I'm definitely getting a lot of that roasted malt character too. I mean, it is really, really roasty, almost to like a charred level of roast. Picking up a little bit of like some toffee, some caramel, a little bit of like a light coffee kind of notes. I am getting a little bit of an earthy hop note in there as well, but it's predominantly that dark chocolate, roasted notes, and then kind of that lighter roast coffee note too. Yeah, smells like a pretty big and intense Imperial Stout. Let's go ahead and take our first sip. Wow. Wow, yeah. Right away, huge, bittersweet, really rich dark chocolate. It's almost like a dark chocolate bar. Immediately after that, I'm getting a ton of that, almost to the point of being charred, roasty malt notes. Wow, that is really intense. Second sip, I'm getting a little bit more of a hop character, a little bit of an earthy note as well. As it sits on my palate, I get almost like a little bit of a sweet milk chocolate. There's definitely some lingering toffee and caramel, sweeter notes in there as well. But again, just like with the aroma, it's dominated by that big, roasty Imperial Stout malt notes, a lot of that, big dark chocolate. There's definitely more coffee kind of notes that I'm tasting in this as well. But wow, this is really rich, really decadent, very, very intense, especially for a non-barrel aged stout. There's a lot going on here. On the back end, after that last sip, I almost got a little bit of like some dark fruit character, very, very slight. And I couldn't say, specific it's like raisins or dates or anything, but just a little bit of a fruity character on the very back end, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, there's a lot going on right now. It's got a really thick, creamy, almost to the point of being like chewy kind of mouthfeel. It's definitely got a full body. It's really, really rich. It's creamy. It's coating, which is really, really nice. I will say, though, the alcohol is present right now. I could kind of smell it. I can definitely feel it as it goes down. I can definitely taste a little bit, too. It is a bit hot right now, but, for being a fresh 11% Imperial Stout, it's not over the top, but it is a little bit boozier than I was kind of expecting for this overall. Really interesting. I think this one will really, really develop. So if you guys are able to find extra bottles, definitely lay them down. I hope I'm going to be able to get another bottle because I'd really like to cellar this. Because as of now, I think that the dark fruit character, like very, very mild, almost like a hint of it, that'll come up. The booze will kind of, mellow out, and more of that malt character will continue to develop as well. But as it's drinking now, it's a really great Imperial Stout. So in terms of rating, guys, I'm going with a 9.3 out of 10. Great beer, really well done. So if you can find this, definitely check it out. But again, I think it's got a lot of potential. I would go higher in my rating, but I just think a year or 2 or even 3 years on this is just going to make it into a magical beer. I can see where the Expedition Stout comparisons are coming from, although I say this is a lot less hoppy and it's also less boozy up front. It's definitely better than Expedition Stout is fresh, but again, got a lot of aging potential, so that would be cool to see. Alright guys, that does for this beer review. Please remember to rate, comments, and subscribe. And remember, I hope whatever you're doing involves good craft beer. See ya.